welcome to another video. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do this very easy to do using basic stitches, how to do this lacy pattern that I'm calling shells and borders. So let me tell you what you need. What you'll need to do this project is any size yarn and any size hook that the skein of yarn will recommend. Or you can use what I used, which is just worsted weight yarn, which is 4-ply for the US, 10-ply for Australia. And I'm going to be using a size 6mm hook or a size J hook just to do the beginning chain. Or you can just go with the 5mm hook and do the beginning chain, chain loosely the beginning chain. I just found somebody left a tip under one of my last shawl videos, and I was saying to chain loosely, and she said she recommended just going up one hook size, and I thought, wow, that is a great idea. So that's a little tip for you. But this can actually be made using any size hook and yarn. So if you want to make a nice lacy cotton shawl, then feel free to do that with cotton. And the multiples of this stitch is 8 plus, I believe it's 5. Yes, 8 plus 5. And each one of these shells here are the 8. So if you want to cut it in half, like if you want to make a size scarf, you can just do half this size. This is just chaining 16 plus 5, so chaining 21 to make this size lacy scarf. Or you can keep going, multiples of 8, 8, 8, keep chaining 8 and multiples of 8 until you've got like the size of the shawl or something like that that you want to use, to make. And this also could be a really nice lacy afghan. Anyway, just chain in multiples of 8, and when you've got the desired size, then just chain 5 more, and then you're ready to get started. Okay, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be using my 6mm hook or size J hook just to make the beginning chain, to make sure that the beginning chain stays loose. And you want to start by doing your multiples of 8 until you reach your desired size. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's my first multiple, then I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you'll continue to do it in multiples of 8 until you reach your desired size. I think this is a good size to show you the tutorial, so I've reached my desired size. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 5, and then I can begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now after you have got your plus 5, you want to switch over to your other size hook. I'm using a 5mm hook to do this project. So you want to count for row 1, you want to count down 7 chains from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And in this 7th chain, you want to work a double crochet. And this beginning chain here will count as your first double crochet in chain 1. Let me get just a little bit closer. Now for this row is very simple. All you want to do is do a chain 1 and then skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch put a double crochet. And then just repeat that. Chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next stitch. And you should end with a double crochet in the very last chain. Okay, row 1 is complete. This is what it looks like. Now for row 2, you want to start by chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, then turn. And for row 2, you're just going to be putting 1 double crochet in each stitch. So in every chain 1 from last round and every double crochet from last round, you're going to be putting 1 double crochet in each one of those stitches. So first I'm going to go into the first chain 1 space and then my double crochet. To do the chain 1 spaces can be a little difficult because you're facing the back of the chain, but I just go in through that top loop only and work my double crochet in there. And then with the double crochet, it's easy enough just to go through the full stitch. So continue down. If you did a chain of 16 stitches as your main, you should end up with, I believe, 17. I'm not sure, I've never really counted, but I'll count and I'll make sure I tell you the multiples at the end of this. So just keep doing your double crochet row in every stitch, and I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, to end the to end the row, you get to the end, chain 4 here, and you'll want to work a double crochet in the first, which is the 4th chain or the top chain, and then also the very next chain as well, which will be your 3rd chain. So I did count, and it was like I said, I did 2 multiples of 8, 8 and 8, and then I did my plus 5. And like I told you at the beginning, it will count as your first double crochet in chain 1. So 8 and 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, and I have 17 stitches. So keep that in mind when you do your multiples of 8. It'll be your multiples of how many that you've done plus 1 more stitch, if you want to keep track of your stitches. Okay, that ends round 2. I keep saying round. Row 3. So for row 3, you want to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and turn. And this chain 4 will count as your first double crochet in chain 1. Now you want to skip a stitch. This is the very first stitch that you began in, and then you chained. So then the very next stitch you want to skip, and then double crochet in the next stitch. So you'll have your chain 4, skip a stitch, double crochet. And then you'll chain 1, and then you'll repeat the same thing as you did this first row, which is chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. And you'll continue to work that all the way down. Okay, I just did my double crochet in chain 1, and now I've come to the very last stitch. The last double crochet of this row will be worked in the top of the chain 3. And that's the end of row 3. So for row 4, and this is where it starts to get fun, you'll want to do a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. You'll want to skip this first chain, and in the next double crochet you'll want to work a single crochet. So you did a chain 5, you skipped 1 stitch, and you single crocheted in the double crochet. Then you'll want to repeat the chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now you'll be skipping 3 stitches. You'll be skipping the chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and in this next double crochet here, you'll be working a single crochet. Then chain 5 again, and this is what you'll be repeating over and over again. You'll chain 5, you'll skip the next 3 stitches, which will always consist of a chain, a double crochet, and a chain, and then in this next double crochet you'll work a single crochet, and then repeat. Chain 5, skip those, and then you'll get all the way to the end of your row. For the end of the row, you'll want to do a chain 2, and then you'll want to find the second chain from where you are, or you can count up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this third chain here, you want to work a double crochet. And that's how you'll end row 4. Let me scroll down here. Okay, so for row 5, just a second, I'm gonna grab some yarn. Sorry for the banging, still construction out there. I can't wait until I don't have to say that in a video. Okay, I'm back. I was beginning to think they were never gonna stop hammering. Okay, so for row 5, you wanna chain 1. Okay, maybe they're not gonna stop. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, you want to go ahead and go right back into this very first stitch and do a single crochet. Now you want to, we're going to be moving over here to our very first chain 5 space, and you're going to work 3 double crochets into this big space, this chain 5 space. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to chain 1 and work another 3 double crochets in this same chain 5 space. 1, 2, and 3. So we got our 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then to secure it, we want to go ahead and go into our next chain 5 space, and in the center chain, so you can count 1, 2, 1, 2, and now this middle, or you can just count 1, 2, 3, find the middle chain, and you'll put a single crochet in this middle chain. And then you'll repeat what you just did here. That's the repeat for the row, which is going to be 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then you'll single crochet in the center of the next chain 5. So we're going to work one more shell here, do our 3 double crochets, then chain 1 and our 3 double crochets, and then I'll show you how to end this row. Okay, to end this row, it's very simple. Sorry, I'm grabbing some yarn here. You're just going to single crochet in the middle stitch again. So count 1, 2, and in this third, you'll work a single crochet in that. And that is the end of row 5. For row 6, you're going to start off by chaining 6. So for row 6, you chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn. And then you want to single crochet in the middle chain of your shell from last row. So you remember when you did 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, we're only going to be using this chain 1 here to do a single crochet. So single crochet, and then you'll repeat. You'll chain 3, and then when you get to the center single crochet here that you did between your shells, the single crochet you used to secure it, you'll want to put a double crochet there. So put a double crochet worked in your single crochet, and then again you'll chain 3, and then you'll work a single crochet in the top of your shell, and that's how it'll look. Other than the chain 6 at the beginning, you're just going to be working single crochets in that center chain in between your double crochets, and then you'll chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, and that's how you'll do the whole row. And then when you get to the very end, you're just going to do your chain 3 here, which will bring you to the end, will bring me to my end. And then this very last single crochet of the round, you're going to want to do a double crochet in that one too. So it's just going to continue on the pattern all the way to the end. And that basically just gives you a flat row. Okay, for row 7, you want to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn. Now you're going to be repeating this row again, and then this row and this row. It's just, that's the whole pattern right there, those 6 rows. So I just want to show you row 7 just to show how the row will start after one of these straightening rows after the shells. You're going to always chain 4, and then you'll skip the first stitch, which is the chain, and then you'll do a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, then you'll be doing a double crochet in the single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and then again it's going to be in this middle chain. So you did a chain of 3 last row, you'll be putting a double crochet in the center of those 3 chains, and then you'll chain 1, and then you'll be working a double crochet in the double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet in the center of these 3 chains, chain 1, then double crochet in the single crochet. And then for the very last bit, which is chain 6 from last row, you're going to skip the very first chain, then in the next you'll put a double crochet, and then chain 1, and then again you'll do that again. You'll skip the very next chain, and in the next chain you'll put a double crochet, and that will end your row. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this top here will be 9. I have 9. So basically half of what you started your beginning stitches with, because you're doing every other stitch. And that's it. The next row will be working 1 double crochet in each stitch, just like you did for row 2. So you can keep rewinding the video if you want to follow these rows again until you've got them down, or you can go to my site. I always have the pattern with pictures so that you can follow along a lot easier there, probably, you know, from your cell phone or from your room or wherever. Probably a lot easier than hearing me go through every time. I always have all the patterns on my site with pictures, so it'll definitely help you out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're on Facebook, please don't forget to follow me there. You'll find a link to all the places where you can find me on Facebook, Google, Instagram, in the description box below this video. I want to do a shout out to my patrons who give me donate money to me every month. That helps me continue to make this channel improve. Thank you so much for that. And anybody else who may be a first-time watcher, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also check me out on Facebook, because I share a lot of free patterns, not just my own. So it's a really great free crochet pattern source. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.